Here we are coming from Las Vegas here, MD MD.com. It's 4-time, going on 5-time. Mr. Olympia, Jay Cutler here. We're at the Gold's Gym. Flamingo Sandhill, another late night session in the quest for the 5th title here in the Mr. Olympia competition coming up September 16, 17, 2011 here in Las Vegas. And we're just over 3 weeks away from competition time. Did some shoulders tonight, shoulders and traps, and of course hitting these late night workouts. I'm trying to get about 4 meals in before I train, and pretty much let's get to it. I just came in and I've been working on some different type movements. I did some standing free weight shoulder presses, really trying to do something different. You saw me do a couple warm-up sets, and then went to some heavier sets, and it's a little harder to do. Obviously, when you have the back rest and you're sitting down in a seated position, you can push with your legs. It's a little more difficult. But with this standing position, you have to have, of course, I use the weight belt, but you have to have great positioning, and it really puts a great strain on my shoulders. I used this when I first won the Mr. Olympia in 2006, this technique, and I'm back to doing these again, trying to cap those shoulders out.
Yep. Wow, that was heavy.
We moved over to some side laterals, some standing side laterals, really trying to get that cap, widen up those shoulders. Went up to about 70 pounds, did about 4 sets there. Really just trying to squeeze and, get the best benefit out of working those side delts, one of my favorite exercises. Move from there to some front raises with a barbell. I alternate between dumbbells and cable machines and alternate, dumbbell movements. Sometimes I do it on an incline bench, but this time I did them standing. Really trying to hold that contraction at the top, really trying to, hold that position so I can get a constant strain on the shoulder without dropping it too quickly down. I did about 4 sets there, went up to about 110 pounds. Really just trying to focus, bring that detail out. Next, moved over to some cable rear side laterals, which really gets that stretch on the rear delt, side delt, and also front delt. Really kind of get that twist in there. A little different. Really just trying to focus on a little more detail, and of course capping off those delts once again. Moved over next to some rear delt, bent over laterals where I did it seated on a bench. Did about 3 sets there, went up to about 45 pounds. It's kind of a difficult exercise to do with a lot of weight. You really want to focus on those rear delts, not bring the traps and all the other, the triceps into the movement. So pounded out 3 sets there. Then moved over to some rear delt machine, rear fly, which allowed me to get a little more contraction without a lot of movement. Obviously my chest up against the pad, really just trying to squeeze those rear delts, even off those delts. You get a lot of size comes from the rear delts, and a lot of those angles that we do, all these quarter turns and we show on stage. It's really important to focus on that rear delt, which gets neglected quite a bit. So I focused on 3 or 4 sets there. Pretty much going to failure. and I wrapped it up with some shrugs. I just did, basic. I'm trying not to really. My traps are really developed. I do a lot of back training and get a lot of delt work and a lot of trap work in with the back exercises. So I got back actually in a couple days. So I'm going to focus on just doing some shrugs for those traps right when I do shoulders, and then of course I'll hit it involuntary when I do a lot of that back movement here in a couple days. Feeling real good. I feel I had a beneficial workout. I'm coming into these few weeks where I'm up and down in energy levels, but I'm feeling pretty strong, and my pumps are very, very good. Eye conditions spot on where it needs to be, and now I'll just go home, eat a couple meals, focus on another cardio session, and we'll call it a day. So I would want to thank everyone out there for all the support leading up to Mr. Olympia. Check out the newest cover of Muscular Development that's going to be on the newsstands here in a few days, and you'll see me on there on the cover, and of course the big Olympia issue with all the other guys and all the guys that are in contention to win that Mr. Olympia title and try to bring it their best package to take me out in Las Vegas. But that Sandow is once again staying in Las Vegas for the 5th time, and I want to thank everyone for their support, musculardevelopment.com, and of course Steve Bleckman and staff, and we'll see you guys the next time around for leg